Apple finally released iOS 17.4 to the public, so now you can finally update your device to iOS 17.4, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at what's new in iOS 17.4 on your iPhone. Some of the biggest new changes coming in iOS 17.4 is currently only available in the EU. So now if you're an iPhone user in the EU and you have iOS 17.4 installed, you can sideload different app stores. So you're not limited to Apple's App Store, you can sideload different app stores and have those options available to you as well. This change is not going to affect anything in the US or Canada, and so I'm not going to have this option available to me, but I feel like this is something Apple might be introducing later on in different iOS updates, maybe iOS 18 or even iOS 17.5. Not only is it you getting the option to sideload applications on iPhones, but they're also getting the option to set their default web browser. So when you're updated to iOS 17.4 and open Safari for the first time, it's going to give you the option to change your default web browser. So you'd have the option of choosing your default web browser from the get-go instead of having to be limited to Apple Safari. Next, we're getting new battery health options in the settings app. So now when you go into settings, battery, you can have the option to check out your battery health, and if you're on an iPhone 15 models, you're going to be able to check the battery health. Now this is something similar to what you would have on the Mac, so whenever you have a Mac and you check on the battery status, it will let you know if it needs servicing or if it's working perfectly fine. And now you're going to have the same option available to your iPhone in iOS 17.4, currently only available on the iPhone 15 models. Apple's also introducing a new widget in the clock app, so now you're going to have the option of using a city digital widget, so you can customize the time zone as well. So if you wanted to be able to check out a different time zone, instead of being limited to your current city, you can customize that widget and have the city set to any other city that you'd want to have, instead of it being limited to just your local time zone. Next, we're getting live transcription in iOS 17.4 in Apple's podcast app. If you use Apple Music, you already know there's going to be a little icon for live lyrics, and you're going to have the same option available in Apple's podcast app. So once you hit on that little icon, it's going to automatically show you the transcription of that podcast, and just like you could in Apple Music lyrics, you can also swipe across the transcription to go ahead in time and pick up where the text is going off from. And it's a really cool feature, so if you're using Apple's podcast app, you're probably going to really like this feature, and I feel like this should have been already available, but it's finally going to be available in iOS 17.4. Next, we're getting a new security update for iMessage. Now this is not something that you're going to notice or see on your iMessage, this is all going to be in the back end, but Apple's introducing a new cryptographic security feature. Now this is going to be a state-of-the-art protocol, and according to Apple, it provides extensive defense against even highly sophisticated quantum attacks. Now this is not something that we have to worry about right now, as it's currently impossible for these attacks to happen, but in the future this will be a possibility, and Apple is just beefing up security just to stay a step ahead for security on iMessage. We already have end-to-end encryption, but this just makes the security even better. This, according to Apple, is going to be a level 3 security. Previously we're at level 1, so this just goes directly to level 3, so I'm assuming it's going to be a huge security update for iMessage. And finally, Apple's introducing new emojis coming to iOS 17.4, so you're getting a new mushroom, phoenix, lime, broken chain, and shaking heads emojis are now available, as long as 18 other people and body emojis that are going to be available as well. So this is something that's going to be available in iOS 17.4 that you can use right away. And that wraps it up for this video. If you guys did like this video, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.